Hey Sass Squad, welcome back to the video. Yo, Staraptor is insane in the Ultra League still. This team I'm about to show you, I just threw together for fun and I was destroying with it, and you have to see these matches. Alright ladies and gentlemen, let's just jump into the matches. So we're leading with Sirfetch'd. We have Staraptor and Perserkker on this team. So when I get a Dragonite lead, I'm probably gonna try to go for the Brave Bird, just to trade shields here. And it's a little dicey at this point, but I think I'll safe swap into Staraptor knowing that I can take a Dragon Claw, and I'm going to try to build up some energy to just nuke whatever they're going to bring in. Having close combat and Brave Bird on something like Staraptor that already has a pretty high attack stat, look how much that Brave Bird does, oh my gosh, it's insane. So what I would think I end up doing here is I bring Perserkker because I know I can resist the Poison Jab. That's what it seemed like it was. And then we end up just tanking the first Dark Pulse to the face, that's fine. But Perserkker with energy is looking alright here. In comes the Venusaur, and we are running close combat and Iron Head on our Perserkker. So I'm going to try to just catch a Frenzy Plant on my Sirfetch'd and just sack it. And that was actually clutch because it worked out. And I knew I could just farm down Dragonite at this point. And I'm going to shield this just so I can have the health, but I knew I can get to 2 Iron Heads before Venusaur could get to a move. So yeah, this was actually kind of an insane match. I got very fortunate with my energy. And I think this Perserkker, I probably already have the stats up here, but I didn't make them yet. Sometimes I make them before I record the video, but in this case, I'm doing it after the fact. But I'm pretty sure it's a perfect IV Perserkker I had for Ultra League back in the day. And obviously you could build a XL1 with a different attack product, but yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with this one. That's why it has the best buddy badge, because I initially was trying, I'm pretty sure Perserkker was in the game before the level 50 update. But anyways, we are sitting here with Staraptor. This is actually kind of a mistake on my end to go for the close combat here. I should have built up to 2 first, knowing that I could take a body slam. So I just let myself take this body slam, and it's crazy because I actually live with 1 HP in a dream. And this would have been safer if I just saved the close combats together, but yeah, that was actually insane. But yeah, so that was super clutch with Staraptor. Staraptor is such an amazing Pokemon in the Ultra League. It can wall Trevenant. It comes in on a lot of things and threatens. Like, even a Steel type can't really switch in on Staraptor safely with close combat as a coverage move. But yeah, obviously in this scenario now, I was going to just go for the Brave Bird because I already knew that they couldn't do anything to Perserkker in the back, so I was just going to try to go for the nuke move instead of throwing the Leaf Blade. I could have gotten off the Leaf Blade damage, but it doesn't matter, because Iron Head is going to one-shot regardless. That was my thought process in this match. So yeah, GG's to this trainer. But yeah, I was just going on a rampage with this team last night. So in comes Red Rock, and I guess this person didn't really, I don't know what happened here, like maybe they weren't paying attention. But yeah, if you want to get free wins, just run this team. Trust me. So we get an Abomasnow lead, and they bring in Swampert as a safe swap. I don't think that's particularly the best call on their end because we do have Leaf Blade. We're running Leaf Blade, Brave Bird for the coverage moves. Leaf Blade is just so good against Swampert, and having that energy lead puts us in such a favorable matchup. So we are going to take these shields from Swampert. And at this point, I'm thinking, well, I mean, obviously, even if I double shield here, I'm still going to get the knockout on Swampert. But because we do have that energy lead, we just are in such a great scenario that it doesn't matter. I mean, we did take a bit of damage, but we don't need Sirfetch'd to deal with a Abomasnow. We have Perserkker. So yeah, any move they throw here, probably Energy Ball is the best call. We tank it, and I'm going to build a little bit of extra energy. I probably could have even been more greedy here. But I'm just going to nuke the Abomasnow to remove it, and in comes Cresselia, and at this point it's just GG. I mean, we're going to be able to get off a significant amount of damage even with the Staraptor here before we die to a move. They're pretty fortunate to get that attack drop, I would say, because look how much even this Brave Bird does with the attack drop. I mean, that's pretty strong, but we know that we just let this go, and Perserkker is going to clean up match here. I can easily go for Iron Head, and the Shadow Claw damage is super nice here as well. So Cress is just taken down. GG. So we jump into our final battle of the very first set here, and we do get another Dragonite lead. And I play this very similar to the earlier set with Dragonite. Yes, this is Shadow. I almost wonder if... I mean, I probably could have baited in these matchups. It seems that they shielded, but I don't know. Sometimes people expect you to bait the Leaf Blade there. It's a 50-50 shot that, you know, we make the right call. But regardless, we at least get the shield. I think it's important. Like, if we baited and didn't get a shield, that would be worse than us throwing the nuke and getting a shield. But yeah, we bring in Staraptor, we're going to try to farm down, and they actually switch into Snorlax here, and we can have a close combat straight to the face. The lick damage isn't going to do much, so they are forced to throw a move. We can bring in our Sirfetch'd. I'm pretty sure that's what I do here. And Dragonite's actually in a range where we can counter down as well, and they do try to bring in Dragonite, I guess thinking they can catch a move or something, I'm not sure. But they end up having Swampert, and they just take the Leaf Blade. I'm not entirely... Maybe they didn't realize that's what I had. Maybe they thought it was Night Slash Brave Bird. But yeah, unfortunate for them because we could actually farm down with Shadow Claw at that point. And yeah, let's just jump into our next set here. This match I remember being pretty insane, even though I do have a nice lead here. So they bring in Verizon, and I don't know why I thought for a second this Pokemon could potentially have Stone Edge, but I think regardless, it was a good call to shield one of the Sacred Swords. I don't know what I was thinking. It's obviously a Leaf Blade Sacred Sword. But yeah, we probably needed to shield one of those Sacred Swords regardless, so that's not really that big of a deal. In comes Tapu Fini, which actually is a little bit of a problem for this line. I mean, even the Steel move from Perserkker still does a decent chunk, being neutral, but yeah, it's a little tough, even though we have some decent... we have Pokemon on our team that can deal with Tapu Fini, but it's really close with energy at times, and sometimes we can't really afford to be taking all that water gun damage in a fight. So the way we play around Tapu Fini has to be very strategic, because obviously even Sirfetch'd has the grass coverage. But yeah, so we're in a pretty decent scenario here. We do have the energy built up with Sirfetch'd, which honestly really helps. It helps us flip this scenario significantly. And we're just going to throw both of our Leaf Blades, knowing that regardless they're going to commit a shield. And that was kind of insane because... Okay, so I thought I could live a Surf, but it's not really worth risking in this scenario. I actually got to a Leaf Blade, but I wasn't really... I was more focused on thinking I'll live at least a Surf. That I could have technically hit that Leaf Blade, but I overtapped and died. I wanted to go over this magic and have a more clear and depth analysis of it. So they bring in the Swampert, and we do end up taking some very significant charm damage here. Probably not the best play on my end. My Sirfetch'd leaves with over half health. I should have instantly swapped to Perserkker in this matchup, knowing that we would have been able to flip the Primarina matchup safely, and left it with energy even. So we do throw close combat here on Swampert, and we're just gonna let Perserkker go here, which at the time when I was doing this, it felt like the right call. And I think I bring in Staraptor to try to gust down on Swampert. And I think I shield here. I want to try not to take as much damage, but they're going to be able to get off another Hydro. So I'm going to let one slip on through regardless here. And yeah, at this point, in comes the Muck. We're going to go for Brave Bird. And Brave Bird is going to do a lot of damage, but we've taken so much damage at this point that there's not much we can do. The fact that I didn't safe swap right away actually was very significant in this match, purely because of where Sirfetch'd lies. I mean, the fact that I could have been at full health virtually, and probably wouldn't have shielded that move if I was... You know, it's because I was so low I shielded. I knew it was going to be an Acid Spray, so yeah, GG's to them, well played. If I would have insta-swapped, I would have actually been able to overcome that match, but... Yeah, that's how you learn. You gotta just try to... If you record your matches, you can kind of review like, oh wow, I could have actually won this match if I played a little bit sharper or had a little bit... I mean, it's not even like I need to see the end game to figure that out. I just need to really not take charm damage. But in this match, we're in a pretty good scenario. They have the Wellrin come in, and fortunately for us, I think they're trying to build some energy because we just get off 2 close combats right off the bat. And I'm going to bring in Sirfetch'd, and I think I'm going to shield the first one, knowing that they might, we have to shield at least one, realistically. And they're not to the second one yet, so we're fortunate to outpace there. In comes the Charizard, and this is actually pretty frightening to be facing a Charizard here. I'm gonna just let Perserkker go down, and I think there's a really good chance they might try to just bait here, because this is all they really have. But at this point, it doesn't matter. We can just actually farm down with Sirfetch'd. We were in a pretty good scenario throughout this entire match. So yeah, Sirfetch'd is insane. It does a lot of damage with counter. So far we're 2-1 in this current set. I just wanted to get into a better analysis of that one match, because I do feel like this could have been a 5-0 upon rewatching that match. So my opponent makes a great switch out here and catches the Leaf Blade. I'm gonna try to build a little bit of energy back on Sirfetch'd, and then I'm gonna bring in Perserkker. Moonblast can steal Chunk here, but we're still going to be able to flip this matchup safely and not have to commit any shields. So I'm going to be a little greedy about this matchup as well. They do actually go for the Grass Knot. I'm going to try to build up a lot of energy on Perserkker, and I go for the Iron Head. And at this point, we're just going to tank the next move and go for a farm down with Shadow Claw. So they do just go for the Grass Knot again, and in comes Tapu Fini. We have an Iron Head ready for Tapu. We throw it, it does a little chunk, they just take it to the face. I'm okay with this though. I mean, I have Staraptor, so I'm going to bring it in and try to chunk down with Gust. Even the Gust do a lot of damage from Staraptor if it's not resisting it. And now I'm going to switch in and just catch, because I knew it was going to be a Surf, and I could just take it. And I was so close to a move. Now we're going to play the shield game, or they're just going to let Tapu Fini go. And I was kind of hoping that they would just let Tapu Fini go, because I don't like taking all this water gun damage. Those seem to be some of the most difficult matches I've had. Oh my gosh, I remember this match. Okay, this is actually one of the most insane matches I played. So they try to bring Crest to catch a move, but they can't do anything because it's already dead to the Gust. And this Giratina has double ghost moves. I know it has Shadow Ball because it never uses it once. Or maybe they didn't. But all I see is Ominous Wind, and they're trying to bait my shield. And Staraptor is a normal flying type, so I'm able to take these moves to the face, build up energy. Oh my gosh, this is actually insane. This is one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this video when I was playing these matches. These matches that I'm showcasing here are just absurd at how Staraptor is just wrecking some Pokemon in this meta. But yeah, I just completely wreck Giratina Origin with close combats. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Oh, and this is another great example of a match. So instead, I'm going to safe swap to Perserkker here, knowing that they're probably going to switch out with Trevenant. And if they do, we can just align it later in the match with Staraptor. So we do get one shield here, and we're just going to let this go through. Like, I'm totally down. And they actually just try to bait with Seed Bomb, which ends up working super good in our favor. And they bring in Registil, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to go for close combat, and they take the close combat to the face. And I'm thinking, well, I have 2 shields, and I'm going to outpace. So I'm definitely going to shield, build a little bit of extra energy, throw another close combat, see if they're going to save Reggie. They just let Reggie go down. Reggie's gone. So maybe because they know I have the Sirfetch'd, that's what their thought process was. But yeah, I should have just went for the Iron Head here. I wasn't sure if it would reach Iron Head, but yeah, Iron Head could have knocked out Trevenant, but in a way, it's better that it didn't, because we were able to build energy up on Staraptor here and go. I mean, it doesn't matter, to be fair. We just throw the close combat. They're not going to shield. Completely one-shots Alolan, Sandslash, and there's nothing that they can do to pretty much win this. We can just not shield the Staraptor, and we still have Sirfetch'd at virtually full health. So yeah, GG's. That's the 4-1 set, and yeah, if you think Staraptor is awesome, let me know below in the comments, and thanks again for tuning into the video. Definitely consider commenting, liking, and subscribing. It does help my content reach a wider audience here on YouTube. And with that being said, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. You have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.